Hello, welcome back to the Open Door with me, Mickey. We are back in school already. I don't know what it's like with you, but here the Catholic schools start early. So the past few days as teachers have been in full force doing our in-services, and I see my precious new freshman for the first time on Wednesday, and I can't believe it's that time of year again. But before we start seeing our students, it's important for my school to do a staff retreat. And I just want to talk to you guys today about an activity that we did. Our assignment was to go through these pictures and pick one image that represented where we are in our faith life right now, and then pick an image on where we would like our spiritual life to be. So I want to share with you my two images that I picked. So here's my first one. This is where I am right now. Okay, so before I explain sort of what that means to me, I want to go ahead and show you my second image. And this is an image of where I hope to be. All right, so it is August. We are back into the season. I'm getting back to school. I'm going back to work. My husband's starting his counseling practice. My kids are getting ready to go to school. And it feels like there are so many things to do on my to-do list. And if you know me at all, you know that I'm not organized. I don't even have a formal to-do list. I just have Post-its, like things that are just posted everywhere. And most of the time I lose the Post-its or I don't know what's going on. But that's what I feel like right now. I feel like when the world around me is a little chaotic and busier, that's how my soul feels. And so in my spiritual journey right now, I feel like, that guy who had all those Post-its on his head. I feel bogged down and maybe a little stressed out over all of the things that we still have to do. Like school shopping for the kids, getting their uniforms, dress clothes, making sure I'm together for when class starts on Wednesday. And I just feel like there's a lot of stuff to do. I feel bombarded. And when I get this way, I feel like prayer time focused on my spiritual life, time with God, time with Scripture, is just one more Post-it. That's sort of one more thing that's on my to-do list. And it's almost like checking off a box. And it becomes for me something not very personal, not very fulfilling. And that's just where I feel I am right now. Just have lots of stresses and pressure of lots of other things. And then when I get busy and stressed out is usually when I get impatient and short-tempered. And prayer is sort of one of those just other things that I have to do. It just ranks right up there with laundry and cleaning the kitchen and getting school supplies. But that's not where I want to be. The second image is where I want to be. The second image, you see the girl with a smile, and she looks like she's dancing in the rain. And I want to be like that. Spiritually speaking, I want to be at a point that even if it's sort of raining, that even if things are a little chaotic or unpleasant or not what I want, that there I am in the midst of all of that chaos, in the midst of that rain, with a smile on my face, just kind of dancing through it. And I want to be in a place spiritually where it doesn't matter what's going on around me or what's going on in my life or externally, kind of those things that are happening, whether it's calm or busy, whether it's a time of joy or times of trial, that I want to be that person that embraces whatever situation it is that I'm in at that moment, with joy, with a smile, because chaos is gonna come. That's what life is. It's again chaotic and busy. Trials are gonna come. Rain is gonna come. Floods are gonna come. And so I always try to avoid those things at all costs. I try to avoid trials and suffering and pain, things that are unpleasant. And so a lot of my energy is just focused on warding those things off like it's the plague, instead of saying, you know what, this is life. And sometimes it's chaotic and unpleasant and painful, and there are trials and struggles and sufferings. I want to be able to embrace that. And through the embrace of those things that occur in life, to find joy in that, to find joy in embracing where I am. And so that's where I hope to be. And sometimes I don't even know how to get there. Actually, to be quite honest, almost all the time, I don't know how to get from the Post-it guy to the Dancing in the Rain girl. But I know that I desperately want to do that. And sometimes it can be very humbling to take a good and honest look of where we are spiritually, where we are now, and where we hope to be. So my challenge for you this week is to take a good and honest look at your spiritual life. Where are you really? And then where do you want to be? And then to start looking at practical steps of how to get from where you are to where you want to be. So for me, to get from busy guy to calm, fun, dancing in the rain girl, one of the things that I want to do, since I on purpose avoid unpleasantries and pain and suffering, one of the things that I want to do to just train myself in being joyful and things that I don't really like are on purpose and being very intentional about making sacrifices. One of the things that I thought about doing was parking at the very end of the parking lot and it's a very small walk from the parking lot to the school building. But when it's raining, it feels like it's a long walk. But maybe, and sometimes that's unpleasant. So parking in the very back of the parking lot and sort of in those moments, making that walk from my car into the school, mind you, again, it's a very short walk, but making that very short walk, even if it's unpleasant, and doing that with joy, knowing that other teachers can fill the spots closer in to the school building, or on purpose making sacrifices for my family or my friends, or doing types of penance or sacrifices on purpose and being intentional about that and learning to dance in the rain in those moments, so to speak, to embrace those sufferings as things that are good, to embrace those unpleasantries or those things that are just kind of get on my nerves, but embracing those so that hopefully I can become a person who is willing to embrace the rain. Thanks again for joining me. I pray for you this week that you have an honest evaluation on where you are now spiritually and where you'd like to be, and maybe some practical steps that you can start to do to get from point A to point B. And again, if you ever want to share or comment, I love to hear from you. Thanks again for joining me. I hope that you have a great week. Take care and God bless.